Hi everyone, my name is Ronald Denisio and I am the Virtual Content Specialist for 7th grade Social Studies. In part 2 of this teacher-facing video series, I will go over strategies for teaching Unit 2, Days 5 and 6, the Boston Massacre lesson, including the document analysis strategy and the image analysis strategy. If you have not done so already, make sure you watch part 1 of this video series for ideas on how to facilitate the introduction to model slides for your students. We have 2 note-taking strategies that students can use as they're analyzing the Boston Massacre images. The first one is the image analysis worksheet. This strategy has students record their observations on the left-hand side and inferences on the right-hand side. Once students have an opportunity to record their observations, inferences, and also write down the source that they're looking at in the Boston Massacre images space up here, they'll answer the following questions. Which group seems to be the aggressor, the person starting or provoking the attack in this image? We'll also ask students to use the document to summarize what happened during the Boston Massacre. As students work in their expert groups, these guiding questions will be really helpful to prepare students for teaching this document that they're analyzing to their classmates. The next strategy we'll utilize is the document analysis worksheet. Students will use this strategy when analyzing a deposition. They'll write their title of the deposition in the space right here. And with their expert group, they'll answer the following guiding questions. They'll use their document to summarize what happened during the Boston Massacre. They'll also answer which group seems to be the aggressor, according to the text. Students can then use their findings that they recorded on the document analysis worksheet to present to their classmates. You can see here that we have the sources that students will analyze, as well as the note-taking strategies and guiding questions already embedded in the slides. We can take a moment to preview the sources now. Another way to have students explore their documents is by using Docsteach, the online tool for teaching with documents by the National Archives. Docsteach is a great resource because it allows students to zoom in on different areas of the painting, which will be helpful for students when they're scanning for observations to record. When we go to the website, it might be helpful to guide students to click View Entire Document. And now students have an opportunity, by using their trackpad, to zoom in and out of the painting. This will be helpful as they're scanning and recording their observations in their notebook. After students get a chance to analyze the documents in their expert groups and then present their findings to their teaching groups, they'll participate in a small group discussion responding to the following questions. Do the documents portray the same story of the Boston Massacre? Why or why not? What are the similarities and differences between the documents? What perspective does each document support? The viewpoint of the colonists or the British soldiers? Finally, it might be helpful to have students engage in a journal activity in which they reflect and respond on the following questions. How did different people perceive the events of the Boston Massacre? What do you think accounts for these differences? That concludes the end of part 2 of Unit 2, Days 5 and 6, the Boston Massacre lesson video series. Make sure to watch part 3 of this video series where we go over suggested strategies for teaching Unit 2, Day 6 of the Boston Massacre lessons, identifying bias.